welcome back to Dat Game Shorts. And it's almost Christmas time! And you know what we review at Christmas time? Senran Kagura games.
Senran Kagura is a video game series that has so much bust, I'm surprised it manages to hold the cover together. The series has had a number of mangas, a variety of video games, and even an anime series, which is just filled with jiggle fun.
Oh god. Today we take a look at Senran Kagura 2, Deep Crimson.
Now, first off, let's take a look at the list of things that the sequel brings to the table, because I hear you saying, Shades, isn't this just the same game with a new coat of titty paint? No, it isn't, so sit the fuck down, fool. First off, pair battles are introduced, which you can have another girl fight alongside you. You can tell the character certain commands to change the way of its movement. A co-op local and Wi-Fi mode, more customizing such as hair and more outfits, augmented reality so you can bring your favourite Senran girls home with you.
If you're watching, Mum, this is my new girlfriend. I hope you approve.
Also, the breast physics were enhanced, including clothing destruction.
Well, let's see if we can't get under that hood and make them titties rattle.
And it also has some awesome DLC, but let's get to that in a bit. We still have the main game to look at. Senran Kagura 2 is a direct sequel to Burst, continuing where we last left the girls. Once again, the girls of Hanzo National Academy are back in action.
Tits, samurai. Got it.
The intro sequence is just as hardcore as it is sexy, really selling me before I've even started the game. And even when the game starts, this is the first few seconds. The game's cutscenes are much like a visual novel, but showing the 3D assets of the characters, which is a nice touch to get some more that goodness in. The game just oozes it. Being a 3D side-scrolling samurai slasher with amazing enemies, including rival foot girls to strip down, you can see that the gameplay still holds strong. Each character has been given some originality when it comes to design. It never really feels like they're recycling too much of the enemy AI. Now, when I say 3D side-scroller, you can move freely between areas such as up ramps and across roofs, giving you a free-flow game with a lot of speed. A thing that some samurai games manage to miss the mark on.
And let's not forget the transformation and strip scenes.
The strip scenes yet again have been given more attention, focusing on gameplay and cutting quick enough to some sexy fighting fan service.
Tissue sold separately.
Now, the shinobi transformations are where things turn to a Sailor Moon style tribute. With light rings and stripping of the girls into their battle gear, these scenes are worth the price of admission alone. My favourite part is having them to slide the scroll in between their cleavage to activate the transformation.
Let's take a look at some of these sexy transformations.
My favorite girl still is Katsuragi, and now with those boots, she has more of a Mega Man feel to me. It just makes her more hotter and more badass. Now, between battles we are again taken back to the academy where we can chill with the girls and dress them up in new wear, adding more clothes and poses to the library as you play, such as cheerleader, military, the list goes on. There's also a challenge mode which I didn't get around to, which I assume is like an endurance mode, set in a soul dungeon with a number of bad guys. The game itself is not just an improvement on the original, but it also manages to add more content as well, and we haven't even got to the DLC yet. First up on the DLC block is the Boob Enhancement DLC, making those already ridiculous boobs more extreme. Next up is Senran Kagura Waist Deep DLC, adding a crazy amount of costumes and swimsuits and a set of missions to play, and also a completely new storyline involving chibi Senran girls. Kawaii! It's actually like a whole new mechanic, not just a skin overlay. Every girl has a new moveset. This feels like it should have been in a separate game, what with the ever-growing Senran library, but no, they actually treat you with Waist Deep. This DLC is sexy and downright adorable. And last but certainly not least, Senran Kagura Hipster DLC.
So mainstream.
The girls gain size in more ways than one, and it's up to you to take charge of the situation in yet another game changer. A side-scrolling shooter. This reminds me of games like the Parodius series and Sexy Parodius, but way more sexy. Yet again they have outdone themselves with creating a whole new gameplay, with battle damage clothes and bosses that make me want to just stop and admire the sights. Beating the bosses by shooting their clothes completes this game's fun and sexy factor. Now these DLCs are only about an hour's worth of gameplay. It makes it for one hell of a powerful addition to this series. This game is pleasing. The cover alone pulls you in and in no way disappoints you. You can import the PAL and Western versions of the games through multiple websites, and even special editions with some sweet merch. So don't be shy to show your love for the series.
And we're not even done yet. This holidays, I'm going to take a look at not one, but two Senran Kagura games, just for you guys. So, stay tuned. I'm Shades, and remember, you get what you paid for. Good night.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to keep up to date with the latest DAT goodness, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click like on this video. Also, if you guys want to see some exclusive and uncensored DAT game episodes, including extra content, you can support us on Patreon. And if you want to wear DAT game, you can head on over to our store and get some sweet Shady shirts and merch. Thanks again for watching.